Hey guys, Jamboo here. Welcome to this video. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be having a look at the current custom tactics and plans I'm using for each situation. So we'll go for each one from when I'm defending, attacking, trying to see out a game, and just in general showing you guys what I'm currently using. So let's get into it. We've got the custom tactics. The first thing I'll say, it's just the default tactic, so before you've actually changed to anything, I'd recommend having constant pressure. Basically, the thinking behind this is when your opponent has kickoff, you're able to get stuck in better straight away, so you're not going to concede an early goal off of a kickoff, and I've just found that to help me win the ball back. We'll start off with this. I don't often use this tactic, but it is quite useful for seeing out a game. It's the 4-3-3 defensive. Drop back long ball. I'd only really recommend this purely if you're winning by a couple of goals, but you're really struggling, your opponent's dominating you and you're not able to see out the game, you're struggling, then go to this and you're just going to have a lot of men behind the ball. It's going to be very difficult to break you down and you're in general going to find it easier to defend, but that will sacrifice the ability to attack as well. It's very negative, but it's good for defending. So this is a tactic. I've been switching between this and the 4-4-2, which I'll show you after. I do recommend this as a viable starting formation, so just going into games with just as your default standard way of playing. So it's the 4-2-3-1 with drop back and long ball, 4 whip, 4 depth, so we're not pushed up too high, but we're not sat back too deep. And then the drop back is going to give us extra support, which is always very nice. Long ball is going to make your counter attacks a whole lot better. You're going to be able to attack with more speed. You're going to have players running in behind, and in general, you're just going to find that you have more options when counter attacking going forward. High whip so that we can make the use of the lamb and the ram going forward, getting in behind, and then the long ball. It's just going to make the whole attack try and make runs in behind for over the top and normal through balls, so I find that very useful. Players in the box, we have that quite low. Reason for that is you don't want your midfield getting involved, everyone running into the box for a cross, and then you end up getting counter-attacked because everyone's forward. That it would not be ideal. So it is the 4-2-3-1. For the instructions, I'd recommend getting behind and stay forward on the striker. You just want him up there making runs, just as a vocal point almost as well. I have balanced on the cam, on all the cams now actually. I was experimenting at the start and I did find that comeback on defence on the lamb and the ram could be decent because you get more defensive support with that. But in general, this is fine. We have cut passing lanes on the CDMs and balanced. A lot of people ask me why I use cover wing. It doesn't actually mean that they just cover the wing. They will cover the centre too. It just means that if one of the fullbacks, for example, is pushed up, the CDM will slot in. So I find that quite useful, which is why I have it on cover wing. And then for the defensive instructions, just stay back while attacking on all of them. You don't want your fullbacks going up. I have overlap just in case they decide to make a run. I definitely don't want them making inverted runs, so I have that on overlap anyway. What I'm currently using at the moment, which I'm finding very, very effective, is this 4-4-2, the defensive version that has the 2 CDMs. Pressure on heavy touch, 5 whip, 5 depth, so that's quite positive. It's not a negative tactic at all, especially with the pressure on heavy touch. You're going to be applying a lot of pressure on your opponent, trying not to give them too much time on the ball, and I'm finding that to be very effective. With the offensive style, we do have that on balanced. I may actually try long ball, but balanced has been working for me. I just find that with long ball, you tend to get more runs in behind. I find that very useful for counter-attacking, but I'm unsure what I think of it just, in a normal game where I'm controlling the possession. I don't necessarily want all of my players running in behind, so that's why I use balanced. Pretty neutral on the width, and the players in the box, I've upped that a tiny bit. Obviously, there's CDMs in midfield now, so if they push a little bit further up the pitch, that isn't too much of a big deal. For the instructions, stay forward, getting behind on these strikers, all balanced, and then getting behind and getting to the box for crosses on both of the wingers. Reason for that is if I'm running down the wing with one of the wingers, the other one is going to overlap and try and make a run to the back post for a cross, so that's very useful. We have cover centre on both of these CDMs. The reason I have cover centre on this one and not cover wide is because in this formation we have left mids and right mids. They're not as advanced and attacking as left attacking mids and right attacking mids. So they're not going to have the need to cover the wing. So I just want them sitting dead in the centre, and I find that works very well. Stay back while attacking on all the defenders. I basically recommend that for every setup, unless you get to one like this. This is what I use for if I need a goal there and then, you know, I'm in a champs game, I'm 2-0 down or 1-0 down with 10 minutes left. This is what I'm going to go to. It's constant pressure, 10 width, 10 depth, extremely attacking. It is a 5-3-2, and I've had people ask me why I use a 5-back for an all-out attacking formation. Basically, you're going to have 3 centre-backs that are all going to stay back, and then the wing-backs are going to really overlap. They're almost playing as wingers. It's super attacking, you're pressing super hard, and you're going to have everybody forward except for the 3 centre-backs, which is, you know, it's going to be your best chance of scoring. Get in behind on both the strikers, get forward on all of the centre mids, join the attack on the wing backs, and obviously you've got constant pressure, which is just going to be an absolute nightmare for your opponent. So these are my current game plans, guys. Hopefully these do help you out. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the Discord, and I'll do my best to explain anything I've said in this video. Thank you for watching. Hope these help. I'll catch you on the next one, and peace.